that tells us exactly whether we are a good printer or not, whether we are printing with a good printing contrast or a low printing contrast, whether we are printing with high consistency or low consistency. So we have measuring devices. Everyone should actually use today photospectral photometers, color spectral photometers to measure the quality of print. But this is a separate thing, and if someone has any questions to that, we can answer that in a second session later. So product quality means the screen you are using, the lines, the DPIs you are using in your print, the consistency I mentioned already. So there are many attributes in this evaluation of quality. Then you have price flexibility. That goes now into cost calculation. Normally you calculate the job, and price flexibility means how sustainable are you in the competition compared to your next colleague, to your next competitors. Are you running immediately into negative numbers, into red numbers, if you give a certain discount, question mark? This is actually price flexibility. How flexible are you to react on different stiff competition without running into red figures? That can also be measured. Let's say if you give 10% discount or 5% discount on a job, are you running immediately into negative figures? Question mark, yes or no. That gives you an indication whether you are good in your business, in your price calculation, and gives you also an indication what you should most probably do in your cost calculation. If you are very tight in your profit margin, then you have to do actually one thing. You have to give up the job you are doing and go into another segment, or you have to reduce your cost in your manufacturing. Actually, you should go into the second choice and have an analysis is your cost structure and how can you reduce the cost. We have some examples giving you an indication how to do this. Entity innovations. Are you a good innovator or not? That depends on how flexible are you in your daily business. Are you perceived in the eyes, in the perception of the print buyer as an innovator? Are you coming out with new products? Are you constantly improving the products? So it can be visualized like this. Let's assume we need today 25 steps from the idea to produce a printed product. The question is, can you do that in 12 steps or 8 steps? This is innovation, reducing the steps and reducing the costs, and that goes directly into the price flexibility. Or do you have skilled people who can do something very fast? Normally, in an average, people need 2.5 hours to set up a press, if it's UV, for instance, or 45 minutes. So how can you reduce, how good are your people to reduce this time requirement for changeover? This is also a kind of innovation. So you have to find out what you can do to save costs, to bring out new products into the market. There are several companies around you, and there are many examples where you see companies perceived as innovators. Let's say Apple is perceived as an innovator. They may not be the greatest in cost saving, but they are all perceived as innovator. Now you can ask yourself, is your company perceived as a kind of Apple? Are you perceived as someone who is bringing out new ideas into the graphic arts market? Question mark. This is a